Hey y'all, where we going? What we doing? Y'all, that is so good. It's down, gave me something to supplement myself. Where we going? What we doing? Where is we going? What is we doing? Hold on. And yes, I just threw this on, so please hush and find you something safe to do. Cause no, honestly, can I keep it a bug? Can I keep it a bean? I really want to go to sleep. Like I really want to take a good old nap. So I said, um, because I accidentally sent this for you guys to be at 8 a.m. I didn't want to change it, but it was just me having conversations and things. Hold on, let me take my beat up glasses off, child. I would come and be real and just snatch it off, but my braids under here are not fresh. So we're not gonna do that to her. We're not gonna do not too much on her. Not not too much. Not too much. Not too much on her. Hold on. Oh, hold on. Hold on. I got hold hold it. I got this. I got this. Okay. Almost. I should just go get my brush shit now, cause I'm trying to just comb through it with my hand, and it's not giving. Hold on. So y'all walk with me. I'm walking. I had to tilt it to the side because it's messed up right now. I'm walking. I'm walking. Hold on. Mm-hmm. So let me see. Let me do this side first, only because. Hold on. This be irritating me. There we go. Get ready with me, ho. Got to know. Got to hit the flow. Hold on, how that song go? It's getting late. I'm making my way over to my favorite place. Gotta keep my good and try to keep the stress away. I never had a place. Yeah, who knew? You do the thing it's very doing like it's so. I'm gonna tell me around the road. And I'm gonna be incredible. You're gonna have to show, don't. Do you know what you started? Why is it so bumpy right here? I just came here to party, party. But now we're rocking on the dance floor. Acting naughty, let's be my hand. Just let the music play. We're hand in hand, face to face. I wanna take you away. Listen to the music, you change the play. I just can't refuse it the way you do. Love the music, please don't stop it. Please don't stop it, please don't stop the music. Let me see. Finally found it. Finally found it, y'all. Found it. Okay. It's not as bumpy as I thought it was going to. It's bumpier, but that's besides the point. But yeah, I wanted to have like a list. So I'm gonna come back up here and I'm gonna make a list now. Um uh-oh. No, you don't have to show, don't. Do you know what you started? I just came here to party, but now we're rocking on the dance floor. Acting naughty, just put my hands away. Just let the music play. Yeah. We're hand in hand. I wanna take you away. DJ, let it play. I just can't refuse it. Like the way you do this. Keep on stopping to this. Please don't stop it, please don't. I'ma say it one more time, I'm not gonna stop. I'ma say it one more time, please don't stop the music. I wanna take you away. Listen to the music. DJ, let it play. I just can't refuse it. Like the way you do it. I'm rocking to it. Please don't stop the, please don't stop the, please don't stop the music. Okay, so, so, like, I don't like it like that. I really don't. There we go, that's a little better. To make it look more flat at least. Babs to the front, to the front. Babs to the front, please. Hey, y'all. So, I got a topic for y'all. Okay? Now, this live is going to be a representation of the topic and how I feel about posting it solely on YouTube or posting it like on my podcast and then posting it on YouTube. But we're gonna see, okay? So, excuse me. Watch this because it's more quiet. I like how quiet it is. It's action packed, but it's quiet. I like it. Anyway, different categories and ways that the black community can help themselves, if that makes sense. Hold on, let me make sure. Because we clearly see by that election, I feel like that election was just a test. Like, maybe I'm tripping, but not a test in the sense that like it wasn't real, but like a test on your faith, right? But the number one thing I think we need to focus on in the black community, honestly, and this is truthfully, it might be it's in the top 10, so I'm not, this isn't, hold on, but the number one thing that I'm thinking of off the top of my, well, not the number one thing, one of the top 10 things is grounding, cultural and spiritual grounding. See, I have the notes on my phone, so I can't, como se dice, like, I haven't written them down yet, so we're gonna write them down. Um, Now, cultural and spiritual grounding. Cultural and spiritual grounding, you know, as like holistic healing or finding your own niche or your own village of people, right? And I think one way to do that is not necessarily going to a spiritual practitioner, not necessarily going to church, because we realize that a lot of people are moving away from the church, but they're moving more so to like what is the morale or the what is the morale or the greater good for all, right? So I think getting back into the youth or getting back into like um, what is it called, youth hours, or what is it called, volunteer hour, volunteer work and stuff like that. I think a lot of people are going to start to get back into that, because I think now is the time for humanitarianism, especially now that um, Pluto is entering Aquarius again and is going to stay for the next 20 freaking years. So I think right now is the time for spiritual grounding and cultural grounding. So get back into what historically, you have done and see the pattern so you can break the curses type of deal, right? Um, unity for the general black community, because this is specifically for the black community. Um, because it's a lot it's not division, it's just miscommunication. It's not even, we realize that it's not division anymore, it's just a lot of playing in the Pandora's box, a lot of propaganda, and it's a lot of things that are being and transpiring behind closed doors that is creating some sort of friction between black men and black women. But in reality, y'all on the same page. Y'all just, I was just telling my friend this. Y'all, we as a community are thinking the same, on the same road. We might not be thinking necessarily the same thing, but we're on this in the same route. And I think we just need to get on the same bus or get in the same carpool and get ourselves together to the point where we can actually drive to the destination, right? And I think one thing that can go back to that is spiritual grounding, spiritual and cultural grounding, getting back into your history, learning who, not even what they tell you when, that we are just slaves. We were more than just slaves. We were kings, we were queens, we were indigenous people. Because I know I have a child, no shade, I got indigenous in me, girl. So just maybe a little bit, maybe like 2%, but I know I met somebody that was purebred Indian, that was in Indian and white in my family. So anyway, it just seems to me that it is not enough understanding, because it's a lot of ways that black men and black women just communicate: legal advisory and advocacy. So that just means you need to have someone in place for specifically for legal reasons, so that we aren't. I think this is what Project 2025 is speaking on, but they're saying it's not specifically for just black people. It's not, it's it's inclusive, I guess, is the best way that I can explain it. So the person who did Project BP 2025 was it was very selective of what she wanted to say, how she wanted to present it. So it was very vague to me. Like, and I watched the whole thing, and I just wanted to kind of not make my own, but kind of just give a sort of breakdown of what the lady said. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like she said it and it just went kind of over a lot of people's head, especially mine for a little bit until like I broke it down. But you need actors. You need legal advisors and people that can, not just make it seem like we are trying to exclusively trying to do it just for black people. We have to do it for people that are a part of the community, if that makes sense, right? And I don't mean to put it in quotations, but we're going to put it in quotations because if you're not a part of the community, you can't. This is a cut, you cannot get in. And it's like, that's what it's given, right? Um, to have, mind you, black men, dangerous species is a black man. Um, dangerous species is a black man. Um, from what I heard, child, allegedly. But I know don't live past, statistically speaking. Well, I'm not even going to say that statistic because I'm not going to speak that into existence for black men. We're going to level up. We're going to stop being statistics, is my point. We're going to stop being statistics. We're going to break that statistic. We're going to break that meter. We're going to break that metric. We're going to break the bar. We're going to break the system, basically. And what I was trying to say is basically we have to find some sort of common ground and understanding in order to even get to that point of prison reform and civil rights protection, and also changes in amongst the community, right? Be stuff, think and and alter what is going on to create better for the community. Because if we're not evolving, we're is evolving, we're unevolving. We're not creating a, basically, we're dissolving. We're not creating. If we're not creating, we're dissolving. If we're not evolving, we're dissolving. That's the best way I can put it. And I think one thing we have to learn from the, I guess, the legal or the advisors is how to protect yourself in a society that doesn't necessarily perceive you as an equal, or perceive you as someone who can be a contender for whatever trophy, right? Said trophy. startup enterprises, always making new businesses, connecting with others, networking with your community, networking with your environment, so that you can evolve, right? And get that evolution, so that you can get the supplies and don't necessarily need to have those expensive costs, right? I think that is a good way to start it, but I think it has to start somewhere. And I think starting basically an entrepreneur, that would be an interesting way, but because it's a startup literally. So creating a source of income, a source of revenue, that is definitely another thing. Back in tune with who you are, getting back in tune into evolving with your family, your networking and stuff like that, building that foundation, building that knowledge, building programs, getting back to the youth. I'm going back to giving back to the youth and stuff like that. We need to have some sort of thing where we need to have police prison. We need to have, right? But it's going to be to have specific clauses, I guess. Who knows? We gotta see when it happens. But prison reform. I mean, police reform, because if we're fixing the prison, we have to fix the police. I mean, no shade. They started it. Um, I mean, they initiated the process. Um, and I think, hold on, development. Now, I think this would make it easier to into collaborations and understanding one another, which is like networking and neighborhood development, so like neighborhood watches and neighborhood group chats and stuff like that, stuff along that nature. So nobody is out of the loop with anything in regards to the community, right? Like how you know how like family, do they have family group chats? I don't know if people ever heard of those with family group chats and stuff. But there should be like an app, maybe. I don't know if they have that already. I'm just going off the whim here because I haven't made a video about it. I'm just making sure that not necessarily saying that I'm the first person to say this, but I want people to be known that this is kind of the way that I process it. And if anybody says anything else like this, it is definitely, you heard it from the horse's mouth first, right? But still weary of, don't know how I feel about this one, is because I feel like this is one of the main things that targets black people in the black community. And this specific thing, it could be uh it brings people in people's lives, right? And it's either a positive thing or it's a detrimental thing, right? And this specific thing is ownership of media and social networking or something like that. I think is how I put it. And so that basically is just entailing that you have control over what's going on in the media with specific black people or said black people. And I think right now they're breaking barriers. It's a lot of black people breaking barriers for the um, new wave of talent and influx of people. And I think what's occurring right now is like you see the variety of people and the variety of black people that we have, but I feel like it's not, people aren't making revenue off of it. Like people are making revenue off of it, but people aren't sharing the wealth. It's like people are fear mongering instead stealing the wealth and not paying people properly and not creating. All right. So, it seems you don't need to. I don't want to see that. Ghost Olivia. If your ears hurt, huh? I'm not going to look unless it's an emergency. What's the problem? Certain herbs and like I was hearing that a good for hair growth is batana oil. Um, that's a good one, or moringa oil, or moringa seed. Um, but what I wanted to out because I'm about to get ready to get off here. Things that I want to touch over, which are a part of the top 10, is education reform, political representation, clearly, and reform. Pieces I will edit this and create this to, my liking. Um, and then I'm going to do a video on this so you guys can see how I fusion, if that makes sense. But yes, I love you guys.